So if you've seen some of my other videos, I think you'd agree that I'm not suited for any physical activity that requires athleticism or coordination. How did I get a concussion? Which is okay, because my sport is improv. Improv is short for improvisational comedy or improvisational theater. It's a form of theater, often comedy, where much or all of what is performed is unplanned or unscripted. Did I pull that directly from Wikipedia? I did. I was first introduced to improv comedy as a kid by watching Drew Carey's Whose Line Is It Anyway? On Whose Line, the improvisers perform short-form improv, which is usually a collection of games and short, unrelated scenes.
What slasher movie villains are really thinking while they're waiting to pop out.
Man, I gotta go.
When I got older and moved to New York, I started going to long-form improv shows, which are longer improvised scenes or series of scenes. Did I pull that directly from Wikipedia? Nope, different website. I'm on an improv team here in San Francisco at a theater called Endgame's Improv. They have classes that cater to all levels of experience and affordable shows almost every night of the week. Highly recommend. I started taking classes last year when I was feeling not so great about work. Remember how I moved out here for a job, but I didn't like it. Yeah, it was actually, I really didn't like it. As I was walking to my first day of Improv 101, I was actually crying on the phone with Pranav about something that had happened at work that day.
Hello? Don't go? Okay, go then.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Luckily, I sucked it up and I went anyway. I'm so glad I did. I met people who have become true friends, and I learned the importance of letting go and looking stupid and just having fun. Weirdly, I didn't take any improv classes when I lived in New York. I think I was a little intimidated. It felt like there were all these professional actors and really impressive comedians taking these classes, and I didn't really feel like I had a place among them. I'm thrilled to report that when I wasn't working earlier this year, I actually went back to New York and was able to take a 101 class at UCB, and I even got to perform at UCB East. A bunch of my friends came out to support me. It was amazing. Wow, it sounds like improv is always a great time and the audience always laughs and it's never terrifying. Hahaha, you bet. Just kidding. Sometimes people don't laugh. There is no silence as deafening as a full audience watching you perform a bit on stage that isn't going well. Me. I can think back on one particular scene that I was in from a few months ago that was so palpably terrible that at the time it was almost funny to me on stage how bad it was going. Almost. It was a scene about pens, or we were a company that sold pens, but none of us knew how to use a computer, and I was pregnant, but there was no air conditioning. It almost sounds like it could be a really funny scene. It's just that it was not. I think we were up there for like 4 minutes. Nobody was laughing. Not even, sometimes there was like a pity laugh, like a but we kept going. I mean, we had to. Oh my God, it was so bad. Being on stage when a bit just isn't working, it can feel like you're in free fall. But the incredible part is you survive every time. Failing that hard in front of a bunch of people is actually one of the most freeing performance experiences I've ever had, because it's like, oh, that's as bad as it gets? Okay, I can handle that. Stephen Colbert has a great quote in his GQ profile from 2015. Longtime Second City director Jeff Michalski told him, "You have to learn to love the bomb." Colbert said, "It wasn't, don't worry, you'll get it next time. It wasn't, laugh it off. No, it means what it says. You've got to learn to love when you're failing." The embracing of that, the discomfort of failing in front of an audience, leads you to penetrate through the fear that blinds you. Fear is the mind killer. I think part of the reason that I love improv is that it's basically exactly the opposite of making a one-person video and putting it on the internet. Improv is a team sport where you all work together to create something amazing that exists only for a moment and then it's gone forever. Now, I wouldn't say I love the bomb just yet, really more of a healthy professional admiration for the bomb, but I'm getting there. Hey, are you ready for our improv show tonight?
Oh, pumped.
Yes, and?
Yes, and then more.
Wow, and then more!